Good afternoon, everyone. This is Kristen Burke, and I'm the National Marketing Coordinator here at Art Jetter and Company. And I have the pleasure of having Jeremy Grantham, our Sales Director with Mutual Omaha, here with us today with some hot off the press information that they just shared earlier this week with their top partners in the industry. So we wanted to get this information out to you as quickly as possible. So I don't want to spend a bunch of time myself speaking, but I'll definitely give it to Jeremy as he has a ton of great information to share. I do want to mention that the phone lines, everybody's going to be muted during the call. If there's any questions that you may have, you may type them into the question section on your chat bar for the GoToWebinar. We can address those at the end. And if there's anything else, we can definitely help you with after the call. We're here to help. So we'll turn it over to Jeremy, and thank you, Jeremy, for taking time out of your busy schedule to meet with us.
All right, absolutely. Thank you, Kristen. It's my pleasure. So with that, I think we'll get moving if the slides will move for me. All right. Guess before we get real started here real quick, did the slides advance on your end?
I think I might have advanced that, but yeah, go ahead and try and see if you can advance it. Otherwise, I can change it over.
Yeah, it's not quite going for me, so apologize about that.
All right, try it now.
All right, I think it's working for me now, so thank you. Apologize for that, everybody. But again, my name is Jeremy Grantham. I am the sales director here at Mutual of Omaha that works with our friends at Art Jetter and Company. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about our Medicare Solutions portfolio, which is our Medicare supplement, our dental, and our prescription drug plans, and also give some of that information that Kristen had mentioned about some of the new stuff we have coming that we think you guys will be very happy about and really help you and help us give you that exceptional broker experience that we all strive for here at Mutual of Omaha. So real quick, just to give everybody an update on where we stand financially. Again, we do like to tout that we are a strong, stable, and secure company. You can see that our ratings as of March 30th today still remain very strong, even in the environment that we've been in the last couple of years, going with COVID, some of that financial shakeups you hear about. But just rest assured that with Mutual of Omaha, we do have those strong financial ratings, and it's important when you're talking to your customers about placing them with a company that they know is going to be there when they need them. So again, just to give a little bit more about why Mutual of Omaha, customer service. I think a lot of you have already worked with us. You understand that that's one of our primary goals, is that the customer is first. So you can see it's at the cornerstone of everything we do. It's part of our mission, our values, and our vision. And another thing we like to talk about is one thing that makes us unique when you're dealing with Mutual of Omaha is it's actually in our name. We are a mutual company. One thing we like to point out about that is that means we are owned by our policyholders. So it puts us in a position that we must meet the obligations the policyholders need. So we're not looking at short-term investments. We're not looking at investors to try to make them happy. Everything we do is for our customers, and allows us to take that long-term view. So one of the things we're excited about and tout is the fact that we are that mutual company, because we think it's really important, especially when you're out there and you've got some of those other companies that maybe really close in rates and trying to make a decision as to why to select one versus the other. These are important things to take into consideration. So with that, we'll kind of jump into the products now. So we'll go into Medicare Supplement to start. So I think, as you guys know, we do offer our Medicare Supplement nationally, with the exception of the state of Massachusetts. We do write under 5 insurance companies, which is Mutual of Omaha Insurance Company, which is the parent company, United of Omaha Life Insurance Company, Omaha Insurance Company, United World, and Omaha Supplemental Insurance Company are the other 4 entities. They are all wholly owned subsidiaries of Mutual of Omaha, so your customers get the same great service, the same great access, no matter which company they're a part of. So this, what we're looking at here is our plan and household discount availability map. It's a great tool for you guys to use when you're out there, especially if you do sell in multiple states. Taking a look at, a couple of the states there, Nebraska, where I'm sitting today, you can see it's part of that Omaha supplemental company based on that orangish yellow shading. Underneath that state, you can see A, F, G with double asterisks and N. Those are the plans that are available in each state. So each state, so some may have a few differences, some may not. So the G with the double asterisk simply means we offer the Plan G and the high deductible Plan G. And then the other thing you'll notice on here is the household discount. So that 12% underneath the plans in that state of Nebraska, that shows how many or what the household discount is for that state. So as you guys are aware, we currently have a 12% household discount. That's very generous. It's just that they have to live with another senior over the age of 60. We have the 7% household discount in some of the states. That's the one where both have to have a policy with us or being applied with us. And then up in North Dakota, we do have a 10% there. And that follows the same rules as the 7, that both people in the household have to have the policy with us. And then there are a handful of states, unfortunately, like Florida, that just do not allow for a household discount. So on that state, you'll see we don't have any. So moving on, just to kind of give you a glimpse of what we did last year, I think a lot of you are familiar with, we do change some of the insurance company, who the underwriting company is every once in a while. But really what that allows us to do is really keep rates competitive and really have that advantage over some of our competitors. So the list we're looking at here is what we did in 2022. So that was last year's list. Bring it up again this year just because we are seeing some very hot competitive rates with our products in these states. So South Dakota, Florida, Iowa, Wisconsin, West Virginia, Missouri, Texas released in July. Then we had Nebraska, Indiana, Maryland, and New Jersey just last October. So there's a lot of great rates out there. We compete very well in those states. So just kind of a reminder of what we did last year. And then next we'll jump into what we're doing this year. So for 2023, we've already started that process with a handful of states as well. So Delaware and Colorado, they have approved our new filings, and those actually went live on 3/15, so about 15 days ago. Very exciting there. I think Colorado has a lot of great opportunity if you sell there, or if you are thinking about expanding into another state. That's a great one to go for this year. And then Tennessee, Ohio, Idaho, Rhode Island, and New Hampshire have all been filed with the states. They have just not approved our filings yet. So we will be seeing those come here, hopefully over the next month or two. We'll get those approved and get those rolled out. And so we should see a lot more competitive advantage in those areas as well. So next slide, just what we call our heat maps. It's a slide that shows how competitive we actually are in the country compared against our top competitors. So first one we're going to look at real quick here is the age 65 female. This is Plan G with household discount. It just kind of shows how competitive we actually are and what areas of the country are very competitive. So when you look at those darkest blue colors that you can see, parts of Nebraska, Washington, North Dakota, that is where we have the lowest rate in those areas for this scenario. When you get into the kind of the next shade of blue, we're within $5. And then that lightest blue, we're within $10. So obviously we like to see this map as blue as possible. There is some great colors here. One thing I do want to note though is don't look at this map as a single aspect and say this is where I sell or this is what I should do, because this is a scenario for a 65-year-old female with a Plan G. This map will change if you change the age, the plan, a lot of different factors out there. So I don't want this to just be tunnel vision. This is how it works. This is just how it is for this scenario. So always kind of take a look at that rate and really dig in when you're doing that. This just gives us directional coverage about where things are great. So like I said, the bluer the map, the more we like to see. So as I advance it, to give an example, this changed that same scenario, but an age 70-year-old female. So you can see that a lot of those tones turn to that deeper blue, which is something we love to see. That means we have a lot more competitive rates when we're talking about a 70-year-old female versus 65, even though we're very competitive in both. So with that, we'll kind of jump into some of our value adds that are available as well. So everybody knows that the plans across Medicare Supplement are pretty standard. If you have a Plan G with us or one of our competitors, the insurance side actually covers the exact same things. So where you can differentiate us, we kind of already talked about, the fact that we're a mutual company, we're stable and secure, we have competitive rates, but there's also a few value adds that are very helpful to some of your customers. So what we have available is one, our Mutually Well program. It's a discount on healthy living resources. And it also has the option of a gym membership for them to add on as well if they'd like. So the discounts on healthy living are free to the policyholders. If they choose to add the gym membership on, they do have to pay $25 extra a month for that to the gym service. We have Amplifon Hearing, which is discounts on hearing aids and other valuable services, and iMed, which is the same discounts on eye exams, glasses, contacts. Again, those are not insurance, so those are just money-saving programs that we add on to our MedSup policies so they can help save your customers money and just give them a little bit more than just what they're getting on the insurance side of it. All right, and then next slide we'll talk about here, just one thing, there's a lot to cover there. There's a lot of great information about things with our states, everything there. We do have an underwriting guide that's available for you guys. It's a thorough guide. From what I hear from a lot of agents and a lot of customers out there is that it's one of the most inclusive ones that is in the industry. So we're happy to get it out there for you guys. I just put it in here just to let you know that this really should be your first stop if you have any questions with us. We're always here and more than happy to help. But there's a lot of great information in our underwriting guide, and I highly recommend you download it or even get a copy printed and sent to you because it really is helpful with a lot of the situations you're going to run across in the field. All right, so now we're going to kind of cover the basics of Medicare Supplement. Now we're going to get into a little bit more of the exciting stuff that I think you guys will be happy to hear about. So what we're announcing, here recently updated this week with some others, and now we're talking to you guys, one of the first groups out there about, is our storefront e-application. So we are updating our e-application. It should be rolling out here very soon. So be on the lookout for any news and updates on that. We're going to be doing some great announcements about it. So when it's time, you're going to hear about it. And we're also going to be adding our book of business out into Sales Professional Access for those of you that are familiar with that site. You will be able to see your total policy base with the Medicare Supplement. So that's going to be very exciting for you guys. So we'll go a little bit more in detail on those. So what we're looking at here is just a screenshot of what our new e-application is going to look like. And I think the most exciting part about this e-application is the reason we're calling it Storefront is you're able to apply for Medicare Supplement, dental, or PDP all within the same service. So typically today, if you sell a Medicare Supplement, you finish that app, then you want to add dental, you jump over and do that application. This new e-app is going to allow you to do that at the same time. So you can select, I want Medicare Supplement and dental, then start the process of the application. So we're very excited about that. On the screen, kind of next to that to box, you can see this is what your new dashboard is going to look like. So that first test customer you can see actually has, you've quoted the MedSup dental and you've completed the SOA on PDP. The next one down, the test person, the quote was started for MedSup and the dental application has been submitted and waiting signature. And then the third one is kind of showing they've applied for the application is in process for MedSup and they've only quoted dental. So you can see how it's really going to help you kind of manage that core block with us, whether it's doing 2 products, 1 product, or all 3 products together. So we're very excited. This will be rolling out soon. For those of you that currently use our PDP app, you can see it looks and feels a lot like that. It's really just adding those other 2 products in. So another screenshot I have to share with you guys is this is just kind of, again, what it's going to look like. You can see it's a little more user-friendly, a little more up-to-date with the way you're shopping now online. So I think you guys are all going to like it. It's even better than the app we have right now, which I think is a great e-app as well. So again, this comes from a screenshot of where multiple products are being offered. You can see that the Medicare Supplement Plan G at $175 a month and the Dental Vision at $30.32. That's going to stay up there the whole time when you're in the application, so you completely understand what the rate is and what they're doing. So again, very excited about this. We are in the testing stages right now, so we think this is going to be available here. I'd like to say within a month or so, but got to make sure that it works before we give it to you guys. So hopefully we'll see it very soon though. So hopefully you guys will enjoy it as much as we think you will and really help out, especially when you're trying to do those multiple products in the same application. And then again, book of business, I mentioned it before, for MedSup and dental, it's going to become available on SPA, Sales Professional Access. This is just a screenshot of what it's going to look like as well. So if you want to do your all in-force policies, it's going to pull everything available. Initially, it will not pull in the prescription drug plans into that, We are working to get that into that radio dial there, but your PDP in-force is already available on SPA if you go to case monitoring. So with that, you'll only have to pull the 2 in right now. In the future, PDP will be added, but for this initial run, it's going to be all your other policies outside of PDP. So very excited for you for that. I think it's been something you guys have been asking for quite a while, and I'm happy we can finally make it happen. This one, again, we are in the final testing stages and getting this loaded. We do believe it will be before the end of April, though, is what we're hearing now. So again, you're going to be seeing a lot of communication from us and a lot of updates. You won't miss it from us when we finally do get this out there, but very excited to announce that because we think it's going to be just helpful for you to manage that block of business a little better than what you currently have available on our site right now. All right, so that's kind of the excitement on the MedSup side. So next we'll jump in to the dental side and just kind of start off with why dental insurance. I think some of these stats we see on the screen here are very important because we get a lot of questions. I talk to a lot of agents who sit there and talk about they don't offer dental for one reason or another. You know, what's the purpose? So that's what I really like about this slide and how it talks about, you know, half of Medicare have no dental coverage. You know, 47% of the seniors do not have dental coverage. Yet when you actually go and talk to them and do surveys that we've seen recently, you know, we get 82 to 84% of them say they want it and need it. So there's a big market out there who doesn't have it for whatever reason that is. Is it because it wasn't offered by an agent? They didn't know, they declined it. We don't quite know that, but you can see there is a need for it. So basically dental insurance is available. I don't think a lot of seniors realize it, that MedSup does not cover some of their dental expenses, only if it's considered medical. So it is something that, in my opinion, should be offered at a much higher rate than we currently see right now. So what we have right now looking at the screen is our current dental portfolio that's available for you. I will be sharing here in a couple slides some of the updates that we're making to this as well, because it's one of those another exciting enhancements we have. But currently our dental plan, we have 2 of them available right now, our preferred and our protection. They cover the same services, just at different levels, depending on what the customer needs. So you can see on the preferred, $0 deductible for preventative, $50 for basic and major services. The other one has $100 deductible combined for all services. And then you can see the preventative services pays 100% after deductible, basic 80 on one, 50 on the other. The next one, major services, currently right now there is a 12-month waiting period for the major services. After a year, it does pay 50% on both plans. Calendar year benefit on the preferred plan is $1,500 and on the protection is $1,000. So those 2 right there are what you're going to see some changes happening in here in the future. Last thing I do like to point out, because there's a lot of policies that don't offer any protection on, is that last box at the bottom, the implants. There is a lifetime maximum for implants of $3,000 on one and $2,000 on the other. Yeah, it doesn't cover a ton of money, but there's a lot of dental plans out there that don't cover anything on implants. So definitely if your customer's looking for that, it's something to pay attention to with our plans. Currently right now, the next slide that just popped up here is kind of where we currently see our breakout. So we do see that 58% of our customers are buying the protection plan. Doesn't cover quite as much, but it's a little less expensive monthly, and then 42 are getting the preferred plan. Next slide is these products enhancements I'm talking about. So again, I do want to let you know that if you sell this product today, what's in this red box on your screen is not available. It will be coming out here. We do not have a date again for this as well, but we are getting close. We're filing these with the states. We're getting a lot of great state approvals, and then we're going to work to get them put in the system and available to you as soon as possible. But we do want to let you guys know what's coming, because we think it's important for you to kind of gear up and get ready for all that. So basically, we're going to continue to have the same 2 plans, but the major services and the calendar year benefit are changing. So the major services change, we're going to add day 1 cover for major services. So instead of having that annual or that year waiting period, they're going to be able to get 20% covered on day 1. And then after the year, they're going to be able to get that 50% that kicks in then. So that's exciting news. Again, there are some out there that have some, waivers if you have current dental that they can waive it. There's a lot of management to that. Not all seniors have current dental. So the way we're doing it here is going to ensure that every customer that signs up for our dental gets some kind of day one coverage on major services. So we're very excited to announce that, really excited for that to get out and available to you. The next change is that calendar year maximum. Currently you see $1,500 on preferred, $1,000 on protection. Both plans are going to be offered at 3 different rates. So the customer can purchase the preferred at either $1,500 yearly maximum, $3,000 yearly maximum, or $5,000 yearly maximum. So really, if they feel they need more coverage than the $1,500 and think they might need 5, they can purchase that version of the plan and get that. I mean, obviously, it's going to cost them a little bit more. It's not significant rate increases as it goes up, but they will pay a little bit more per month for that. But it gives them the option, because a lot of plans out there do have those higher amounts. Not everybody needs it, not everybody wants it, so we're going to give the option out there. If the customer wants to add that higher amount of yearly maximum, it's out there for them up to $5,000 now. So again, very excited to be announcing this, really excited that this is going to be taken off soon, and I really think it's going to help you guys add more dental to the current MedSup sales that you're selling right now. Tie it back into that new storefronting application. We're making the product better for you guys to sell it, and we're also making it easier to offer both of them together. That leads into my next slide, is just one thing I do want to point out and let everybody remember. We do have a 15% multi-product discount on the dental premium only when it's sold with the MedSup policy within 30 days. So a customer that buys them together gets a little bit extra savings on their dental plan when they purchase that, when they're buying the MedSup. We do give a 30-day kind of waiver before and after, because we know some people aren't ready to make that decision. They know they need the MedSup, they want to think about the dental. So great way to offer that if they're a little hesitant. Let them know they have 30 days from the date of the MedSup application to when they can get the dental and get that 15% multi-policy discount. So just something to keep in mind when you're out there offering those. And next we'll jump into the third product. The final product we'll talk about today is prescription drug plans. So just a quick review of our 2023 plans. I think you guys, anybody who's ready to sell with us and knows our prescription drug plans, took our classes last year, so they kind of not big surprise here, but again, we do have 3 plans this year. We do have our basic plan, which is all the way over on the right side of the screen. We call it our Plus plan. It's a stable and reliable plan. It has a great comprehensive formulary. It obviously is probably the highest, it is the highest premium that we have for a monthly premium, but as you guys know, when you're selling PDP, monthly premium is not the only thing you look at. So there are a lot of seniors out there who need comprehensive drug plans that have lots of prescriptions, a lot of high dollar prescriptions, and these type of plans are great for them. So if you're just looking at that monthly premium, it may be a little bit of a sticker shock, but remember, it's those prescriptions they take that make all the difference in when that goes. So it is a plan that is still needed out there. In the middle column, we have our first enhanced plan, which we call our Premier plan. Again, this one has a more comprehensive formulary than our other enhanced plan. It's currently part of the Select Insulin program that's out there with CMS, so a lot of great savings there for those customers. It really is a good plan for somebody who does take a lot of insulin. If they use our formulary and get that, they can get some savings there. It's kind of a mid-range priced enhanced plan, but again, don't look at the sticker shock on the monthly premiums. It all depends on those prescriptions and if it's in the right formulary for us and if it helps your customers. But again, this year we did add that first one in the column, the Essential plan. This is our new lower monthly premium plan that's available. So we do know that there's a couple of other out there that look lower when you look at that monthly premium, but we have a very extensive tier 1 group of prescriptions in this one. And this one's really, really designed for those customers who are on little to no medications that really need to get a PDP plan just to, satisfy that need there, or anybody who's on, tier 1 maintenance drugs that takes a couple there, because it's, you can see on here $0 for tier 1 deductible, and there's $0 copays as well if they use our preferred pharmacies. So this one's more designed for those people aging into Medicare and on those few tier 1 medications. Next slide, we'll just take a quick look here. Won't go through all this in detail. The Plus, all the way on the right-hand side, deductibles $505. Our mid-range enhanced, the Premier plan, tiers 1 and 2 have a $0 deductible, $505 for the rest. And then on the new Essential plan, it's $0 deductible tier 1, $505 for the tiers 2 through 5. Then the chart shows some, different cost sharings. One thing I like to point out on this chart is, especially if you're looking at the Premier plan, but it does go across the others as well, is in that tier 2, you don't see this a lot with prescription drug plans, but you see the preferred retail 30 days is a $10 copay. If they use a preferred retail pharmacy and get 3 months at a time, that's 10 times 3, $30. But if you look at that third column in there, the home delivery 90 days, it goes to 25. So you can see it does save them a little bit money if they want those drugs delivered to their house instead of going to the pharmacy. So something to keep in mind as you're talking to customers, if these are coming up, give them a little bit there. That's really designed to help them not only save money with that on those prescriptions, it saves them time not having to go to the pharmacy, and then also keeps them taking those drugs because they don't have to think about it as much. So it really helps with drug adherence, time, and money. So a lot of plans you don't see that where you get that little bit of savings there, but it is part of ours, and so thought I'd point it out for you guys in case you haven't noticed it yet. So again, why Mutual of Omaha Prescription Drugs? Customers who are aging into Medicare, our new essential plan's a great fit. Customers honestly want their PDP with a company they know and trust. So they already know us very well. I mean, we're the second largest insurance company offering the Medicare supplement plans out there. They do know us. They trust us from Wild Kingdom, a lot of other things. So just the brand recognition in itself is something that customers really enjoy when they work with Mutual of Omaha. Again, that essential plan, $0 deductible on tier 1, $0 copay, low monthly premium. It's a really great fit for a lot of people. And then we like to throw in increased persistency. So again, what we see is when customers have multiple policies with the same insurance company, they tend to stick around longer. So it really helps customers stay on the books, keeps them having their insurance coverage. It keeps us with the customer, and it keeps you getting that compensation, because we do know that is important as well. So it really helps all the way around with that. Okay, and that was it on PDP. So again, next I just want to talk a little bit about some of the things we have that we offer you guys as well. So we've covered the products. Now let's talk about some enhanced ways and some things that you guys may know or not know on how to promote some of these. So I'm going to start off here with social media, because I think it's something that a lot of people haven't used, a lot of people don't know about. A lot of people don't know that we have access to it. So I think it's a great way to point it out today to you guys. So again, 86% of American adults consume media through a smartphone, computer, or a tablet. So the customers are using it. 78% of Americans over 56 use Facebook. Kind of surprised me on that one, but it's there. So you can see that these age groups aren't as anti-social media as a lot of people might think. So it is a great way for you guys to advertise, to get customers, to let them know you're available, let them know about products and things like that. So what we've done is we have created a social media guide for you guys to use. So I would highly recommend that you actually log on to Sales Professional Access and download this. This is one I wouldn't recommend printing, because if you're going to use social media, you need to copy and paste things out of it. So having a digital version is going to be much easier. Again, it has all those social media statistics for you, some best practices that are in there that we've seen with other companies, customers, things like that, how to use the guidelines, and then those example posts. So example posts are just these. So annual enrollment period coming up, which you can see here. As long as you use this exactly as we have approved in that guide, you put the text in there as your post, and then add the picture, that time to enroll that you see on the left-hand side. You can use that today. I mean, obviously that one's a bad example since it's not close to AEP, but kind of get what I mean there. These are approved through our compliance, our brand, and everywhere else. So you don't have to reach out to us and say, can I post this out on Facebook? Can I post this here? They're approved. They're ready to go. So if you do have that presence out there and you're finding ways to get leads, that's a great way to do it. No need to reapply for Medicare supplement insurance. That's something a lot of agents like to throw out there as AEP comes up, because we know all those commercials that you guys see get very confusing. A lot of MedSup customers think they have to do something at the end of the year. They don't have to if they don't want to make a change. So great way to maybe post that out there to maybe your current base. We also have some PDP ones available. Complete your Medicare coverage with a prescription drug plan. Compare your healthcare coverage with Medicare Solutions. A lot of things, just a lot of different ones. We have dental ones, PDP ones, MedSup ones, generic ones, all in that guide for you to use right away. So I'd highly recommend taking a look at that and seeing what you can do there. Again, here's another one here. Original Medicare only covers a portion of your Medicare costs. Kind of helps them learn more. There's some links, but it also has them reaching out to you. So put your contact information. Call me for more. Great way to get leads. So again, the guidelines that we use: copy and paste the approved text into your status. Choose the corresponding image, save as a picture, and then post the picture with the post. Again, it's in that guide. The guide can walk you through it. If you have any questions, you can reach out to us at our sales support area, and they'll be more than happy to help you if you have any questions on this. All right, next we'll kind of get into the exciting stuff for promotions and incentives. So again, I think most of you know we have our MedSup Broker Bonus Program. You can see on the screen the states that it's available in. It's just another great way for you to make money when you sell Mutual of Omaha. So again, you get 5 MedSup policies issued in a month. You can start earning this extra money: $150 for underwritten policies, $30 extra for open enrollment. And there's no limit. If you sell 10, or if you get 10 issued in a month, great. We're going to pay on all 10 of those depending on what the scenario is, unless they're guaranteed issue or don't qualify because of a state rule. But for the most part, a lot of them do. So a lot of ways to save money. Going to teach you guys a little bit right now. Tomorrow we will be announcing a little enhancement to this in 2 states. Again, can't share much more than that, but be on the lookout because we're excited to be announcing a little bit ways to earn more money in a couple of the larger states that are out there. We also have that state expansion campaign I talked about, how Colorado released. We're going to be releasing in those other states as soon as they approve. We have a way: you get 5 apps in the time frame right after we release, you get an additional $300. So again, as those states release, be on the lookout for these flyers. This is on top of, if you do 5 apps in a month and they're in these new states, you're going to get that broker bonus money and you're going to get this additional money. So great way to get some money in some of those states that we're releasing hot new rates in this year. And then finally, one other thing we like to have is our marketing credits for Medicare supplement and dental. What this is again, it's 5 issued apps a month qualifies it. It can be those same 5 that qualified you for broker bonus, but you start building credits in your marketing credit balance. And what that really means to you is each credit's worth $1. So as you start building credits, you start getting those built up. You get a couple hundred credits built in there. You have a couple $100 to reimburse for marketing expenses. It's not bonus money, it's not compensation, so you do have to do the expense. So if you're doing a mailing and you bought the leads and the postage, show us the receipt. If you had $200 worth of that and you have 200 credits, we're going to send you $200 to reimburse you for that. So a lot of great ways to use this. You could use gas for your travel if you're going to appointments. You can use maybe like an iPad if you're using it to do e-apps. Things like that can be marketing expenses. So as you build those credits, once you have enough, or anytime you really want, you can turn them in as long as you can show a receipt for a marketing expense. So that's kind of what we had for all that. So again, just kind of highlight again one last time, why Mutual of Omaha for our MedSup plans. Again, those great 7 to 12% household discounts in most states. We do not have policy fees associated with our Medicare supplement. 12-month rate guarantee on our plans. Again, that's, if you sell it today and we raise rates next month, your customer's not going to get that till the anniversary on their policy, because, we don't want to have them getting hit right after they sign up with us. And they also can pick the day they pay their renewals. Another great feature of our plans. A lot of some out there just have to say it's got to be this day, got to be this day. We let them pick their renewal premium. Dental options, preventative services are covered at 100%. Major services currently covered at 50% after year 1, but that will be changing soon again to that 20% year 1, then 50% after. 15% multi-policy discount if they buy them together. And then I didn't cover it when we talked dental, but there is an optional vision rider available that can be added on for about $8 a month. And it's just a reimbursement vision, rider that if they pay for their vision services, they can be reimbursed a portion of that if they add that rider to their dental plan. And that was all the prepared remarks I had. So if there's any questions or comments.
Great. Yeah, thank you. And that's some really good, exciting information. And I hope we see approvals in Tennessee, Ohio, Idaho, Rhode Island, and New Hampshire.
Yes.
Colorado is a huge state, though. And I love the fact that they've got in the state of Colorado right now, you've got the broker bonus and that state expansion campaign. So, they can really earn some extra dollars while selling in that state. So
Absolutely.
I want to touch on a couple of things. Here at ArtJetter, we not only focus in the senior health market and the Medicare supplement, dental, PDP, but we do work in all lines of business that are listed there on the left-hand side of the screen. One other item that Jeremy had mentioned during the call, and I strongly agree, Mutual puts out their probably the best underwriting guide I've seen when looking at all these carriers across the board. It is extremely thorough and helpful, tons of information. But if you still have questions, we do have an in-house underwriter here that can help with the pre-screening and looking at maybe some clients that are going to go through that underwriting process. We can also help determine, there's times in which you're like, is this person in open enrollment? Are they in guarantee issue, or do they have to go through underwriting? So it can be a little confusing in that aspect at times, but we're definitely here to help with you on that. So all of our contact information is listed there. I did not want to touch the mouse the whole time that we were on the call because but I do want to see if there's any questions that did pop up during presentation. Okay. There was a few questions that did come through. Are you able to see those?
I do not see them.
Okay. So I'll just read them off to you. Does the dental protection plan still offer the $2,000 amount along with the $15,000, $3,000, and $5,000? So will it still offer the $2,000 after maybe the rollout with the expansion, or is it going to simply go to the 15?
I'm gonna try to jump back. I may not be.
Okay.
Yeah, currently though, can you get back there? Or?
Yeah, let me go back. Whoops, going the wrong way. Okay.
Yeah, so currently right now that the 2,000 is on the protection plan is for the implants. And yes, that will still be part of the plan going forward. Currently, the calendar year maximum benefit on the protection is 1,000. So that's when it'll have those other enhanced. That's where they'll be able to.
Yes. So it's currently 15 and 1,000.
Yeah, it should be the 15, the 3, and the 5 going forward.
Okay.
So it'll be a little bit enhanced there with that 1,500 on that one.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. Yeah.
Yep. There was another question in regards to dental since we're on this screen. There's a couple actually. So what network is used for the dental policy?
We are currently using the Dynamax network.
Is that going to remain the same then with these enhancements?
Correct. Yeah, there is no change to that. And it's actually the Dynamax Plus network, which I guess really is an important feature to go. There is a Dynamax network and the Dynamax Plus, which adds a few more providers in there. We are part of the Dynamax Plus.
Okay.
That will not change.
Right. If a member buys a dental plan in June, and then they have a major waiting period, is there a major waiting period over in January or June of the following year?
It's over in the year from when the policy was issued. So it is that specific. So if it was issued on like currently the way it is, if it was issued on June 5th, it would end June 5th the next year.
Okay, so it is actually 12 months. It's not
12 months from the issue date, correct.
Okay, perfect. There's another question in regards to social media, which is great. I'm glad that you guys put some material together so it's just a few clicks and they're out there posting. So one question, what are the Facebook ads are in Pennsylvania that Pennsylvania agents are able to use? Is there anything specific to states, or is it whatever is approved?
Could you jump forward a couple of those posts?
Okay.
If possible. So so this guide right here will have everything in there.
And as you can see, yeah, so we can definitely get Mark a copy of this booklet out to you.
Yeah, we can take that one a little offline because there are, like I said, it's a very weird opportunity with this because yes, it's not approved in every state, but you don't post Facebook by state, if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. So I think it really just, if you're doing a post and you cover multiple states, how do you tell people in your Facebook ads not to look at this one in Pennsylvania? So we'll get to the exact bottom to that, but it does have all those who
Right.
has approved and seen this. But again, in the world of social media, it's a little different because there's no control over that, who sees it.
Mhm.
It just tells them at the bottom that it's really not for them, but they could really reach out and call you anyway.
Mhm.
If
Yeah.
again, if that makes sense. But
Okay.
we'll get to the guide, and then if you have any more questions after that guide, reach out and we can help out with that as well.
Awesome. Well, and then one other question that I have for you, and I'm sure you probably can't say too much, but is there anything that you can share with us on the PDP for this coming AEP?
We don't have anything to know. So there's a couple things I guess that could be a little exciting about it. One is when it comes time to get ready to sell, we are enhancing that training available for Mutual of Omaha and our product training. We're using a new system that's going to be out in June. It's going to be a lot more user friendly than what's been out there before. It's not going to be the traditional read these PowerPoint slides and then take the test. It's going to be more interactive, kind of have questions in the middle of areas. It's designed really to help you read and retain information and not just take a test. So that should be exciting. So it'll make that process a little more easy and, from what I hear, fun, which I don't know if you can make PDP training fun, but we'll see how that works. But as far as the plans go, it is a little too early to tell. Our goal is to be as consistent as possible and really not have too much disruption. However, the government did pass the Inflation Reduction Act that does impact PDP plans. So we will have to. We are in the process of reviewing that and seeing how they will affect our plans going forward. But the goal is to have the same three plans and hopefully as stable and not many changes as possible. But unfortunately, again, we do have to go with what the government tells us. So that may change some things, but currently there's nothing planned to be disruptive. But
All right, great. And I understand you can't share too much, but
yeah, the problem, and I don't want to say it's a problem because it's probably the wrong choice of words, but with the government putting in there that there has to be certain insulin coverages and things like that, we just have to see how that fits in with the two plans that don't have that built in right now. So that's what we're looking at, but we think they'll be fairly consistent and hopefully not change too much from what we went over already.
Great. Okay. Well, that time will be here before we know it.
I know. Seems
Well,
to
I
get
think
quicker every year. But
it does. I know. So, okay. Well, I think that's all the questions that we have. If there's any questions that anyone has, later on today, tomorrow, next week, next month, definitely just reach out to us. We're here to help. And Jeremy, thank you very much for taking the time to meet with us here today and with all this great information. We greatly appreciate it.
absolutely. I appreciate you guys inviting me.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.